So I thought for our tech tips that we might do something fun with technology. A lot of times we're putting out how tos with fixing technology or how to use new tools. But something was shared with me from another teacher called Mystery Pixels. And so I watched some videos and learned a little bit more about it and just thought it was a fun way to engage students, especially if you're maybe introducing a new concept or if you are reviewing a concept before maybe an assessment or if you just want to have some fun. So I have an example here. I actually made this one for one of the 3-4 classrooms at Proctor Elementary School. And we did this really just to have some fun. So I have a set of questions for them, and then I shared their answer sheet right here. So the way this works is students would go through and read the questions. So I give them directions, answer each of the questions on the following slides, take the answer and place it on the mystery, and that should say pixel sheet. If you have the answer correct, you will see pixels pop up on your screen. Once you get all of the answers correct, you will see the full picture. And then I give them a quick tip that if you can't see the whole spreadsheet, zoom out until you can. And I tell them how many rows and what the last column is so that they can make sure. So there should be 30 rows and the last column is BP. So let's go here. So we can see down here, row 30 and column BP. So we can see the whole thing. All right. So question number 1, they would read this and they would answer the question. And let's put the answer here. The answer was 227. So they type in the answer, and as soon as they click out of the box or hit enter, if the answer is correct, some pixels will pop up. And then they would move on to question number 2. So this one's a multiple choice question. They would put in their answer, click out of the box, and more pixels pop up. They'd move on to question number 3. And so on. So let's go through and let's enter all of our answers. Now I'm going to put in an incorrect answer. And you're going to see nothing pops up. But if I go back, and the correct answer, more pixels pop up. Oops. And now kids can see the whole picture. So we are going to take this in small bites. And I thought that we could go step by step. So a little video each week giving you one step at a time. So I have started off here with just a template. You are welcome to use my template or you can create your own. I just did this in a Google Sheets. I have put in the number of columns and rows that I need for my my picture that I'm going to do. You can have more, you can have less. And I sized mine so that my columns are 17 and my row is 20. So they're not quite squares, but I didn't want to make my rows smaller than 20 just because it becomes harder to read the answers. And I made them 17 so that they would all fit on my screen. But you can always, again, go in and change right here the view, zoom in or zoom out so that you can fit more rows on. So here is the picture that we're going to do. And so I am going to preface this by saying that I am not an artist. I am a great copier. So what I do is I am choosing an image that might be fun to my class. It might relate to a book that you're reading or a topic that you're covering or something that's coming up. If it's a celebration, thinking Thanksgiving, you could do something that's Thanksgiving related. So for me, I'm doing mine that's a little more Christmas themed just because that's where my mind is. And The Mandalorian because that's what my family is watching. So I went out and I just searched Baby Yoda pixel art and I came across this and printed it out. So now I can just copy this. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I am going to basically create this picture using colors. And so this just requires counting for you. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to work on some of the outline. And so I know I need to go over 12 rows. I need to go up 2 rows, and then I need to go over 12 columns. So I'm going to go up, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And so this is the first one that's going to be colored in. It's highlighted, and I'm going to come up to my paint bucket, and I'm going to fill this in black. And then I'm going to know how far over. So I have 21 cubes that are colored in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the first one. I'm going to click shift, and I'm going to count over. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So all of those are going to be black. And I just held the shift button and clicked the last. So I clicked the first one, pushed the shift button, clicked the last one. And then I'm just going to color them all in black. So you're going to go through, and let's do the outline here. So now that I've got it outlined in black, and I will tell you that is time consuming, and I always make a ton of mistakes. There is probably a better way to do it. Now I can go in and I can add the colors. And again, I am still going by the picture that I printed out. And, as far as the colors go, I'm just going to kind of estimate what I'm doing. So I'm going to start up here, and I'm going to use my control button quite a bit so that I can so that I can highlight and color multiple things. So I know this whole hat is going to be red. So I am just pushing and holding the control button while I click things. I can click and drag and hold it, and you're going to notice what's going to change colors, because see how it's all highlighted blue. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to fill in my reds and my greens and my browns and my tans and all of that. And then from here, you should add a background. So you can just make it all one color, blue, add in some clouds, things like that. But just to make it more appealing. fancy, you could put some other things in the background, whatever you'd like. And so this is step number one, and probably the most time consuming part, because you have to decide on an image and then you have to actually design it. So that is step number one. Stay tuned for next week to find out what your next step is.